We know the point where an earthquake originates is called the focus or hypocenter, and the point just vertically above it is called the epicenter of an earthquake. Now, an earthquake produces energy in the form of waves, and these waves are called seismic waves. In today's video, we will study about seismic waves in details. I hope you must have played with this object in your childhood. Yes, this is slinky. Have you noticed how waves are produced in a slinky? If you pull a slinky from one end, then the waves produced in the slinky move back and forth along that object. Now, some of the earthquake waves travels in this manner. Now, before studying about the types of waves, let us understand the meaning of seismic waves. During an earthquake, the energy is released in the form of waves or vibration, and these waves of energy produced during an earthquake are called seismic waves. The seismic waves originates from the focus and spreads all across the globe. In this picture, these concentric circles represents the seismic waves that are produced during an earthquake. Now, seismic waves are of various types. Let's learn about those types. The first type of seismic wave that originate at the focus is called the P wave. Here, the letter P stands for primary, as they are the first type of waves to be recorded at any seismic stations. P waves are body waves as they originate at the focus and travel inside the earth. These waves move back and forth, and they cause the ground to expand or compress, as you can see in the video. P waves are also called longitudinal waves, and these waves can travel through all the three states of matter, that is solid, liquid and gases, and therefore these waves can travel through hard crust and semi-liquid mantle. P waves are followed by S waves. Here the letter S stands for secondary, as they are the second type of seismic waves that originate at the focus. These waves shake the ground up and down or side waves, and these waves are also called transverse waves. Unlike P waves, S waves cannot travel through all states of matter. Rather, S waves can only travel through solids. Now, both P waves and S waves are body waves. But apart from body waves, some waves of earthquake also travels along the earth's surface, and they are called surface waves or L waves. Thus, L waves or surface waves originate at the epicenter and travel along the earth's surface. See in this image, these waves that originates from the epicenter and travels along the earth's surface are surface waves or L waves. Now, L waves are of two types. Now, the first type of surface waves or L waves is love waves. These waves move the surface sideways and in perpendicular direction. See in this video, we can see how a L wave moves. It moves the surface sideways or in perpendicular direction. Now, the second type of L waves or surface waves is Rayleigh waves. These waves shake the ground in circular or elliptical pattern. See in this video, we can see that the Rayleigh waves are moving in an elliptical manner. Thus, surface waves are of two types, love waves and Rayleigh waves. So now, here we have a summary chart on seismic waves. Seismic waves are primarily of two types, body waves and surface waves. Body waves are the waves that originate at the focus of an earthquake and travels inside the earth. Body waves are of two types, P waves and S waves. On the other hand, surface waves or L waves are the waves of earthquake that originates at the epicenter and travels along the Earth's surface. Surface waves are of two types, love waves and Rayleigh waves. Now, before we proceed with our lesson, can you help me to answer this question? Which one of the following wave originates at the epicenter and follows a circular motion? Is it P waves, L waves, S waves or Rayleigh waves? Well, the correct answer is Rayleigh waves, because we just studied that Rayleigh waves are surface waves that originates at the epicenter and follows a circular motion. So now let's make a comparison between these three types of waves, P waves, S waves and L waves. P waves originates at the center or focus of an earthquake. Similarly, S waves also originates at the center or focus of an earthquake, whereas L waves originates at the epicenter of an earthquake. The second point of difference is the speed among these waves. P waves travels at a speed of 5 to 14 km per second. S waves travel at a comparatively lower speed, that is 3.5 to 7.2 km per second. Finally, L waves has the least speed. It travels at a speed of 2.0 to 4.4 km per second. Thus, from here we can see that P waves has the highest speed, S waves has a comparatively lower speed and L waves travel at the least speed. Now, let us compare the wavelengths of these three waves. So, what is a wavelength? Well, this is a wave, and the wavelength is the distance between two consecutive peaks of a wave. So, this distance is a wavelength. Now, P waves have short wavelength. That is, the distance between two consecutive peaks of a P wave is very short. S waves have medium wavelength. That is, the distance between two consecutive peaks of a S wave is comparatively larger than that of P waves. L waves have very long wavelengths. That is, the distance between two consecutive peaks of L waves is comparatively very large. Now, let us discuss the type or nature of these waves. P waves are longitudinal waves. These waves travel back and forth. And also, P waves are body waves, that is, they originate at the center and travel inside the earth. S waves are transverse waves. They move up and down or sideways, as we saw in the video. Just like P waves, S waves are body waves, as they originate at the center and travel inside the earth. L waves, on the other hand, are surface waves, and these waves are transverse waves. They can travel horizontally, as in case of love waves, or they follow a circular pattern, as in case of Rayleigh waves. And why L waves are surface waves? L waves are surface waves because they originate at the epicenter of an earthquake and travels along the Earth's surface. So, as we just discussed, P waves follow a back and forth motion, and therefore they are also called longitudinal waves. S waves move up and down or sideways, and therefore they are transverse waves. L waves are transverse waves. They move up and down or follow a circular pattern. As I have mentioned earlier, P waves can travel through all the three states of matter, that is, solids, liquids and gases. S waves can only travel through solids. L waves also can only travel through solids. Now let us compare the extent of damage caused by these three waves. P waves cause no significant damage to life or property. Why so? Because P waves are body waves. And P waves have shorter wavelength and travels faster, and therefore they cause no significant damage. S waves are body waves, but they cause damage, that is, they cause dislocation of walls or fences. And why so? Because these waves have medium wavelength and travels a bit slower, and so these waves causes little damage. Conversely, L waves are surface waves and they have long wavelength and travels very slowly. So these waves causes significant damage to life and property. So here we have made a comparison between three types of seismic waves: P waves, S waves and L waves. Now you can pause the video and have a closer look at this chart. So in today's lesson, we studied about seismic waves. We studied that seismic waves are waves of energy produced during an earthquake. Then we studied about different types of seismic waves, body waves and surface waves. Body waves are further classified into two types, P waves and S waves. On the other hand, surface waves are of two types, love waves and Rayleigh waves. In our next video, we will study how to measure an earthquake. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon. You can also register for free at DeltaStep.com or download the DeltaStep app to learn one-to-one with our amazing teachers or to get access to our 5,000 amazing videos as per your school syllabus. Master each topic with our adaptive practice technology. Get million-plus questions with step-by-step solutions and unlimited mock tests. Get all your doubt resolved instantly. Learn via games and win amazing prizes like PlayStations and iPads. So at DeltaStep, learning is not just fun and easy, but it's rewarding too. So register for free now.